Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. In my YouTube videos I will be starting off by telling you the story of my diagnosis of polycystic ovarian syndrome and my journey with polycystic ovarian syndrome. I hope in my videos will help women with polycystic ovarian syndrome to cope with their diagnosis and to gain a better understanding of their condition, especially if they have only just had a recent diagnosis of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, to begin my polycystic ovarian syndrome story, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome in November of 2009, aged 27, coming up for 28 that December, having been married for 6 years at that time. It was a hard diagnosis for me to come to terms with, as I didn't know about polycystic ovarian syndrome as a condition until that point. I read upon polycystic ovarian syndrome, then began to panic as I knew that polycystic ovarian syndrome can make you as a woman infertile or make it harder for you to conceive, and associated risk factors of the condition such as miscarriage and complications during birth and pregnancy, and risk of Down syndrome and other conditions that may be increased, risk of miscarriage and all them things like that. Because as a woman with polycystic ovarian syndrome, you're more likely to have miscarriages. Until this point of reading up on the condition of polycystic ovarian syndrome, obviously because I didn't know anything about polycystic ovarian syndrome, because it's not really one of them conditions that's talked about much. But until reading up about polycystic ovarian syndrome and knowing a bit more about it, but as soon as I read up on the condition, I realised how much I wanted children. When you think that that might be taken away from you and you might not be able to have children naturally, you kind of begin to think, oh, I want that really bad. And that's what happened with me. Because of my feelings of sad, because of being upset about my diagnosis and thinking, oh, I'm not going to have kids and this and that, like you think, oh no, this condition's going to make me infertile, I'm not going to be able to carry a child, you know what I mean, and other things like that. It made me feel sad, it made me feel mad, sad, and it made me angry and frustrated. Part of the polycystic ovarian syndrome is severe mood swings. Sometimes I can be really, really, really happy, and sometimes I can be really, really sad and really down. And sometimes there's not even a reason, sometimes there is, but there doesn't even have to be a reason for me to be sad or mad or angry or frustrated, but sometimes it just happens. It's been hard for me to deal with my emotions. At the moment I feel my head's been done in, because I feel like I'm living at the women's hospital in Liverpool at the moment. I've been taking metformin for over 5 weeks now, and it has helped me to eat less, as it tends to curb your appetite, so all's good on that front. I also find that I don't comfort eat as much now, eating chocolate, crisps, sweets and things like that. I attended the women's hospital in Liverpool yesterday for a HSG x-ray. Can't pronounce what HSG x-ray stands for, but they put a balloon inside your uterus and put a contrasted agent into it and your fallopian tubes to check whether your fallopian tubes are blocked and if there's any problems with your uterus. A HSG x-ray, hang on, I'll start again. A HSG X-ray examines the uterus and fallopian tubes. A speculum is inserted into the neck of the womb. Then a plastic tube is inserted into the neck of the womb, and then a pea-sized balloon, which is part of the catheter, is inflated to keep the catheter, the tube, in place. You may experience some discomfort whilst the tubes are being positioned. I did, but it wasn't major discomfort, it was just a bit uncomfortable. You may experience cramping, period-type pain during the procedure. Usually eases off, though I didn't really have any major pain, just a little discomfort. And I am attending a follow-up appointment on the 28th of July at the Women's Hospital with a fertility consultant. That is the end of my YouTube video, and I hope that this has helped you women out there with polycystic ovarian syndrome that have just had a recent diagnosis, or if you know somebody with polycystic ovarian syndrome who this might help. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon. I've also got a blog, wattolass at blogspot.com. I'll link it in the below bar on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Hope you've got a lot out of this video. Bye.